Well, we're doing something new today on a Tri-5 Chevy. How weird is that? Dan here, Needy Speed Shop. Where we left it, we had just kind of, well, this was a 4-door. I can't even tell. Look at that, 2-door. Anyways, we left it, it was kind of all welded up, and I got everything mostly taken care of. The plan today, I changed the fuel pump, we got it running. So we have ourselves a 2-door LS swap 56 Chevy. We had gotten a brake master cylinder, which was junk. So today what I'm going to do, change the master cylinder, bolt in some seats, glue in some back glass. We're going to have fixed rear glass. The glass is in the doors here, so essentially it'll be like a sealed up car and run and drive. I mean, we got to check lights and stuff like that, but we can take it for a drive. My first master cylinder was bunk, sent it back. Well, actually, I got another one, I supposed to send it back. The other one showed up today, go take it up. Empty box, never had that before. So we're 0 for 2. By the time I got home from work and screwed around, checked everything, part stores were closed. So I'm gonna end up paying twice as much money for a brake master cylinder locally tomorrow. But tonight, glass in, we'll do a little screw around, bolt seats in, whatever it is. Now, before I get into that, I want to show you guys something, mostly because I'm gonna need a little help. Now we got this thing, El Dirto Cheapo, did the doors and all that. There's next to nothing in this. Now, obviously, what do you do there? You put a turbo kit on it. I've never done a turbo. This is definitely not going to be how to do a cheap LS swap. I am doing it very budget friendly. I'm not doing it as cheap as possible. I'm doing it best bang for your buck as far as I'm concerned. Now, what we're going to do, we have a 5.3 in it, turbo 350, and a stock rear end. I have a lot of parts that I've just been collecting over the years, and as stuff pops up, and we're gonna start changing those. We're probably gonna blow up the rear end. I do have a 12-bolt Chevy, which we absolutely can't put in there. Now, up front, oh man, the aeroplanes are loud today. Going to our soundproof booth. We're gonna run twin turbos on this, and the reason being, I think it'd be A, easier, and B, kind of look cool. There's a lot of stuff here. It's not a huge budget. I mean, it's all relative. It wasn't cheap, but I think bang for your buck, we're gonna do quite well. I got a set of updraft, they're meant turbo LS headers with V-bands on them, and I have these little pedestal deals I bought as well. So that'll go on. You can twist this any which way you want and mount the turbos. So essentially, it'll be on the side of the motor going up. The turbo is gonna be up front. Both of those. So pretty simple, that. And these turbos I went with, they're kind of on the smaller side, with the goal being to kind of spool up fast. GT35s, I know very little about this. All I know is what I've seen on the internet and see my friends do. So we have that under control. Now, you can absolutely take stock manifolds, flip them upside down, cut them, weld them, all those sort of things. I think these headers were $200. I think these were $50. The turbos were on sale for $169 a piece. Where does it end? Now, a few things. That for me is kind of you have to buy. Intercooler. There's lots of guys that'll buy miscellaneous intercoolers, cut, weld, do all sorts of things. I spent a few dollars. Dual in, single out. There's kind of a theme here. Everything is up to 700 horsepower supporting. That's what this is good for. That's what the fuel pump is good for. So that's what we're gonna do. Oh, by the way, we're doing 0 to the motor. No cam, no valve springs, no anything. Stock. I wanna just be able to put my foot down and blaze tires for as long as I want. That's how we're gonna do this. Now, where I spent money that you could have absolutely cheaped out on and not done, it's not here yet, but I did buy an oil pan, but they make a knockoff one on Amazon now, so it'll fit proper. This one has a truck pan that's been cut, welded, and JB welded around, which works, but it leaks. I just don't like that. I don't like leaks for whatever reason. So I'm gonna put an oil pan on it for a couple $100. This timing cover, we'll see if we end up using it. It was $100. I guess we gotta put a new front seal in it, and I guess some sort of timing seal. It's got drains in it, ready to go. So for your turbo drains, they're right up front. So obviously that's gonna be at the front of the motor, going each way, and our turbos be right there. So make life really easy to drain the oil back in. kind of thought that was $100 well spent. I bought 45 millimeter wastegates, and they're V-band ones. Again, you can cheap out on these. I think these were actually kind of a few dollars. And again, you need 2 of them, bit of a hassle. So that's that. I bought a miscellaneous kit with, you know, 90s and some straights and stuff like that. I went with 2 1/4 pipe. Again, the thought process with that is smaller pipe, you know, less turbo lag and all that sort of thing. So we're gonna go header, turbo, right in the intercooler, back in the intake. Hopefully it'll be good. Hopefully it'll spool quickly, and hopefully we'll be able to just burn out for distance. We're not done. Obviously we have fittings and hoses and all that sort of stuff. That was the grand total. Yowza. That was everything minus the turbos. That I got off Scamazon, and the 90s for the headers. That being said, in that $1,900, I also bought a torque converter. So this was $400 and some dollars. It's a 3000 B&M white box kind of deal. I've had a few of them. They work great. Years ago, there was a guy rebuilding Turbo 350s, and I bought at least 2 of them, because I think they were $600 rebuilt with a shift kit, no torque converter. I think we're gonna put a brand new transmission in this thing, simply because reverse is going on this one. She no bueno. So it's a matter of time for that's gonna go. Otherwise, that's kind of it. So I'm gonna say $2,200, $2,300 into this deal. I may spend a few more dollars and run a standalone computer type thing on it. Again, that Aces stuff is out there, and I'd like to just try it out. It's $800. So I mean, versus the Holley Terminator X. I was gonna get a Terminator X originally, but they're not in stock and they're $1,300. So I don't know, try this other one they got a little sale on, we'll try it out. So we'll be, call it $3,000 in cash plus whatever parts I had in this thing. We'll have a twin turbo LS. Stock 5.3, turbo 350, and maybe we'll put a 12 bolt in it, or just peg leg this one until it explodes. Yeah. My goal being 500 horsepower. I don't think that's crazy. I think these things stock have 300. I'm not trying to go fast. We're not trying to race. We're not trying to screw around. It's going to have 4-wheel drum brakes on it for the time being. I just want to be able to put my foot to the floor and blaze the tires as long as I friggin' want. Now, let's put all this away, because we can't use it, and I'm gonna see if A, I have a used master cylinder in the basement, which would be sweet, but probably not. And 2, let's start fitting the back glass in here. It's probably gonna be a bit of a hassle, but, well, my life's a hassle. Okay, so I have a piece of the factory glass. Actually, if you wanna come around the other side and look through the back window, I can kind of show you here. The situation we're gonna run into is we need to do a little bit of cutting. So originally here to here, there would have been a post where the door would open and close. So this back section here, the glass just fit in. It didn't have to go up or down. So obviously it's full there. Step 1, this will show up. I gotta trim the rest of this door post out a little bit, make it look a little bit nicer. And then I have to snip off this little bit here and cut a slit the whole way down here, so you can kind of fit your hand in there. Well, obviously it isn't there because the glass does go past and down. So we'll do that. Kind of, it's a little bit ugly. It looks a little kind of buckshy in Mer's words, but when you put on your garnish molding, it hides everything and looks just fine. So I'm gonna put the glass right here. So when I'm cutting and grinding, it'll get all sorts of spatter on it. And yeah, it'll be a bunch of back and forth and fitting and screwing around. And then I have to take all these little clips off, actually. My plan is, I've done it before, I did it on Danny's car, I did it on my black car. Just gonna glue the glass in with some window urethane. That should be fine. Let's get cutting. there you have it. Glass in, done. For anybody who said this isn't 2-door length or it looks bigger or whatever, that's factory glass. Frig off. Inside here, oh God. So you can see it's kind of, I got, 1/4 inch or so. And the glass will rock up and down a little. It actually fits in the little tray, which is kind of nice. There's a little pocket, it fits in there, and we had to trim just a little back in there. I don't know if I kept the piece or what I do with it. Yeah, it's gone. Well, you can see there. See that back little piece there? The flat spot. Took some of that out, and it's, I mean, it's not bad. So we put a little window urethane front, a little bit on the top, scoose it in there, let it harden up and dry. It'll be fine. And then it can't fall down, obviously. And then once we put the garnish molding on, ouch, tack stuff, that hurt. Garnish molding's on, it'll be good. I saved these. We can put that back in there if we want to. This side though, I didn't quite finish. There's some butchery afoot, so I gotta grind that out and weld that in. And otherwise, the welder side, I might give that a quick buzz too. But realistically, we're not trying to hide anything. It's going to be what's going to be, and if down the road we want to get in there, I'll tape and mask and screw it. Well, there's a lot of roughness on that glass, eh? But we'll get that all taken care of. And again, the nice thing about glass, you can use the same one side to side. It's all the same for fitment. Yeah. Grind until it fits. The DD Speed Shop motto. My God.
Did you show the people where you keep it?
Yeah, I had the heater running. So this stuff, I'm assuming, the guy, every time I go in there, he's like, do you have a electric gun? Like, of course I do. That was a hassle. Anyways, this, whatever the heck it is, windshield adhesive, it's very thick. Not thick how I like them, you know what I mean? But, so anyways, wow, I put it in the toaster oven there. Hopefully this won't blow up when I try and poke a hole in it. Need a screwdriver. So I do that. And this just makes it easier to kind of spread. So the plan is I cleaned up both rear panes of glass, like the experts do. You know, a little razor blade jobby. I'm just gonna simply climb in there. And the organization in this garage right now is like friggin' ridiculous. Everything is where it should be. Except for you're in my way relentlessly. Tonight. Frig off. Except this, I think it's so frickin' hot. Okay. It's still a little snug. Okay. So I'm going to goosh, technical term here. Oh, it's hot on the hands. Hot, hot, hot. Kind of all up in here. Probably won't be able to see a whole lot from that side, but pretend you're gluing in a front windshield on the side of a piece of junk. Try 5 Chevrolet. Oh, I'm not a lefty. I should have done the other side first. I've also learned that this is one of those kind of less is more situations. Put a little bit on there. And once the glass is in, I'll go around and fill the void between the glass and the stuff, or in the frame, whatever you want to call it. Ah, God, that's hot on the hands. It's like being in the hot tub. This is a case of the struggles. Why don't you make the mechanisms work? I can barely get the glass glued in, people. Let's be honest here. I shouldn't have touched that. That was a mistake. So now, gingerly put the glass in. Oh, I boned it. The trick is to really make a hell of a mess. Oh, yep. So now, well, I should have given you the tape on the top. Tape the glass up. We should have been more prepared. Use like long strips and go off the roof. And a little quicker if you don't mind. Oh, wow! This is our we only have 2 gloves in the whole place. Friggin' amateur hour.
I'm literally holding the camera with my armpit.
Oh, you got big
I'm
pits.
still getting it in the shot.
That's actually not bad. I think I got a hold. Here, give me the tape. So I want to do both these. We'll sit for a little bit while we have something to eat or whatever. Just kind of holding her up. So there you go. Amateur, professional glass install. I managed to get a bunch of window stuff all over the inside. Really
Weird, it doesn't stick to the dirt.
Thanks, Mom. Okay, so now she's basically. Oh, you know what I need is some paper towel. I forgot I need to jam in. Just give me the roll on the trunk. So what I'm gonna do here, just grab a few, kind of fold it up. We'll call it a window pillow, you know, in the biz. And that'll just keep it a little tension over there. It's not too bad, eh? So I'm just going to fill in all the crevasses, if you're fancy. Really get the show here. This is some butchery. But luckily garnish molding's hide a lot. Whoops.
Are you going to paint the garnish moldings yellow?
No. Why would I do that?
That's its bees.
That's gross. I hate yellow. It's like my least favorite car color. What I see inside's black. Only the internet has to see this junk. Oh, I got all over the roof. Whoops. Okay, well that's basically...
Look at that technique.
This is basically perfectly installed. We'll let this stuff kind of that up a little. Does it say how long it takes? Put back into service. 8 to 12 minutes. No. I don't know what it says here. Probably a while. No instructions. Okay. Well.
Haven't you done this like 8 times?
Yeah, but.
Shouldn't you just know? Isn't that literally what you were telling me before we turned the camera on?
I don't remember myself working the camera on. But I probably lied to you. In DD Speed Shop fashion. Okay. Let this set up. Do the other side. We'll see you later when I'm putting in seats. So it's been a little ways longer. The glass is just kind of sitting there. I mounted one seat just with 2 bolts. I'll probably do the same with this one. Literally just 2 bolts in there and we're good. And enough just to kind of yard drive it. I did find a Master. It was an old junker, but you know, it pumps, it does its thing. Unfortunately, one that's on the car is like a newer style or something that comes out the side. So I'll do some finagling and see what we can do. She's a little rough, but you know what? If it works for now, it works for now, and then we'll deal with it at some other point. So I'm just gonna kind of flush some more brake fluid through it, man. I feel a little lightheaded, but not great. Unfortunately, junk, and like this one actually has the fitting on the right side and everything, so We'll have to make sure. I hope actually it has the same. We don't have to thread a different end or anything like that on it, but we'll figure it out. So I'll pull the other master off. We'll see what that looks like, and then hopefully we can kind of put it through there. Maybe just bleed it right at the junction there, and we doubt we'll have some brakes today. Well, just went through it, and just on the lights. Okay, so 56s, everyone's like, why do you hate them? I just hate the tail lights. They're so bulbous and overdone and whatever, but it does look pretty menacing at night, I will say. We got cut the low beam headlights. Man, old headlights suck, eh? We got that taken care of. Ooh. Put the master in. All that was taking signals, so that's good. Something smells like gas. Tomorrow we'll get up there and we gotta tie the wiring away because everything's just kind of loose and the vent is not hooked up. So we'll see. I don't see any real leaks. I don't think I do. Put the new old master on there. I had Danny come out here and I just bled it right at the master, kind of, you know, pedal down, tighten it up, pedal up, you know, kind of one of those things. And it has some sort of brake pedal now, which it never had before. Before it would go right to the floor. So that's good. It's hard, and it would pump up but then kind of go down. So that master is, we'll call it adequate. The glass is just kind of chilling. We'll let that sit overnight. Clean that all up. But realistically, at this point now, it's a driver. Brake light switch is obviously sticky. We'll take a look at that. But yeah, we can drive this thing tomorrow. And really, I think we have like the cheapest and worst Tri-5 two-door LS swapped 56 Chevy out there. It's it's friggin' something. I don't plan on ever washing this thing, I don't think. We'll just let it get slowly dirtier and dirtier, and it'll just kind of absorb itself into the ground. So we'll take it for a ride, see what it does. I gotta put some sort of an air filter kind of deal on this. I just have that taped up for testing purposes. But at this point now, it's clearly proved that it runs good enough. We can go right around the block, see if it'll do a burnout, see what kind of power it has. And then I think we got a bunch of running around to do. I don't know when these videos are gonna come out, but this is currently before we did Cruise on the Coast, or attempt to do Cruise on the Coast. See how that goes. I don't want to leave this thing in a lump when we're gone. So if I can pull the motor out, swap the transmission, swap the oil pan, and then put it all back in, then everything else can kind of be done with it in the car. You know, obviously the car in, like we can hang the, even if we have forward mount exhaust and the turbo's just hanging, we can still drive it like in and out of the garage or over to the side or whatever we have to do. So that's the plan for tomorrow. Go for a drive and see what else we don't like about it. So it is a new day. I have done nothing. Oh, we need lug nuts. We'll put a couple lug nuts on there. I've done nothing other than just kind of let the glass stuff. Oh yeah, that's not going anywhere. Ish. Seats are barely bolted down. I'll clean some junk out. Danny's just grabbing the fire extinguisher.
I can't lift it. It's too heavy.
She's just gonna let us burn alive in this thing. I reran the electrical wires and the fuel line. Just put a couple of zap straps on it. And I hung the vent so it no longer smells like gas in here. By lowering the rear end to make it look awesome, makes it a very hassle to put on the lift. So hopefully I can just drive off these 4x4s and we'll be dialed there. I didn't even check see if it has brakes still today, but I assume it'll be fine. So we're gonna hook up the battery, make sure it has brakes, get the fire extinguisher, and drive this thing a little bit because we want to make sure it's you know, the motor's good. The transmission is irrelevant, so is kind of the rear end. But take it for a ride around the block, see what kind of power it has, make sure it doesn't have a whole lot of issues. What could possibly go wrong? And then I come home and immediately pull the motor transmission out. We have the transmission in the back of the truck, so it's basically ready to be disassembled after it's been assembled. After it's been disassembled and assembled. My life is boring. It's repetitive. It's exciting, but repetitive. All right, get that fire extinguisher and we'll blast the curves of the prairies. I don't honestly don't understand.
Where'd that old box go?
What old box?
The whole box that you
I
guys
used
in.
them or lost them or I don't know what happened to them. Yeah, well, whatever. We'll let it overheat on the road. No point overheating here. Couple of spare parts, but I think we should be okay there.
So do you really just store everything in here?
I mean, yeah. Okay, let's see if it'll drive off the ramps. I'm sure if there's, transmission has fluid in it. We got the welding helmet if we need it. And a drill.
I guess so. You didn't even dust the seat off. Oh God. There's no cushioning in this seat.
The seats are terrible actually, yeah. The brakes are a little weird. When I pump them up, it's fine. When I put it in gear, it drops down a little. Maybe they're out of adjustment or something.
A lot of fingerprints on that back glass there.
Oh God, we're gonna run into the neighbors. Doo-doo-doo, nothing to see here. So, well, this shifter's weird. Oh man, something's jamming me here. Oh, these seats are awful. Front end is not very tight. There's a multitude of problems. I think a couple of turbochargers will fix everything.
It'll solve all of them.
She's got twins and we're driving around this thing. She's like, I better just pull off the side of the road here. Oh yeah. Well, it's got some brakes. I think we should probably put discs on it.
That sounds like a good plan.
Ooh, the alignment is still good. Second gear. Ooh. Oh! I forgot how these shifters work, right? Third gear. Ooh, it's not happy. Oh. What do we do there?
Everything okay?
Oh, it's got no transmission in it. Second you kind of give it any RPM, it just kind of spins. Well, it's got all the gears though, I think. Yeah, it definitely went into third there. It might just be really low on fluid. I didn't check it. Maybe we should go do that real quick. So it's okay the second you kind of RPM it, it just blows right through it. Which isn't great. Well, no matter what you do, it's in gear. That's a little funny. I feel like the right. Oh, maybe just there's some shift linkage issues. Surprising. They gave this thing a good once over. I was actually hoping we could beat on it a little bit, but the transmission is no happy. It's not terrible like this. I think it's just gonna be low on fluid, but it's irrelevant. We're gonna change that anyways. The motor sounds okay. That's all we really care about. weird. It like revs up and then it wants to kick down, but there's no kick down cable hooked up, so I don't quite understand that. But the motor seems okay, and that's all that really matters. This seat is awful. Can't believe how bad. I was excited when I seen them. They're going right in the garbage. Low backs will go in it. Actually rides all right though.
Yeah.
I hate the steering wheel too. It's kind of stupid. What is the deal here? Okay, that's first, I guess. Second, third. Man, the B&M whatever star's been a while since I've used one of these. I tell you that. They're terrible. They ship 3 times, so you gotta reset them. Oh. We'll figure it out. She's just a little dodgy there. Doo-doo-doo. Nothing to see here.
Just a happy couple in their classic automobile.
Yeah, no, exactly. So, I hate that. I just don't like the shifter. We gotta change that. Unfortunately, shifters have gotten expensive. What's this guy gonna do? Go around behind us? Unless he has any power. It's so quiet. I can't believe it.
It is very quiet.
Like, it's disturbingly quiet. I keep thinking it stalls.
That guy's real slow.
He's gotta keep it really sensible. I wouldn't say it's fast. Well, the tires sound like they were squealing or something was happening there. Maybe it was the motor coming apart. Just, please no! Why? Its final squeals. A burnout if you really pound on it, but she definitely isn't. The hood scoop may be lying a little bit, you know what I mean? Oh, this building must have closed down. Trying to spin them both, that's our problem. We need a one-wheel peel for this thing to be fast. Oh, no boost. Will we get through?
No, it's close.
What? Oh. Surprising for how it wore out the front end is and everything. It actually drives straight, nice, and all that.
Oh, bee made honey.
Supplies. We don't like bees. Oh man, this is not turning out. Turn the signal on too on accident. You know, and all in all, for first drives, it's actually not going that bad. The motor runs kind of bad, but it's not. I don't know what it does.
Not bad and not good.
I think that mass airflow. I'm gonna unplug it and see if that makes it any better. It's going better without it. It's so quiet. All good noises. This thing looks rough. Yeah, that's something, all right.
I don't think I've ever seen this thing really in the daylight. I've only ever seen it in the garage.
Well, I don't think we've driven it. That's neutral. Drive. The brakes are weird. 2. Just pull it back into 1. Okay. Everyone does. Oh, was that us doing burn outside? No. That made it much worse. Whenever I did out of there, it didn't help. I'm just gonna go. We'll just not do that. Don't show the butt crack.
It's what the people want.
Is it what they want? Man, what did I buy? Oh.
Maybe it's time to take me home.
You might need like a little W40 would probably go a long way on a few of these items.
Oh gosh.
Okay, we're back. Oh, she's weak. It also has those Mickey Thompson tires that are a little on the sticky side, I guess. It feels okay once it's going. This is sketchy. Why is that? What is this? There's a lug nut holding on the steering wheel. Yeah, she's a little, well, she's something, you know? It's a cruiser. That guy likes it. It is not spunky, that's for sure. You know what? Let's just put a set of turbos on it. Oh, that guy dug it. Got a thumbs up, not a middle finger.
His windows were so tinted, you couldn't tell.
I could tell he got one of these. He looked like a real estate agent with his haircut. It was like a fancy mullet, you know? Like clothed in the front.
So what are we doing to this thing?
Going home.
No, but we're turboing it?
2 turbochargers. Yeah. It might need a little tuning here and there. Worst case, you build the whole turbo kit and the motor's junk, you just change the motor, so it'll be fine. I think the motor's fine though. It's not really any huge issues. Some Dodge passes here. Oh, Buick. I hate these little wheels. She's not speedy. She's not speedy. I think part of it's the transmission. We'll go ahead and say that. Brakes are good. Drives all right. I think I have another steering wheel for we can put on.
These seats are so bad.
They're awful. The transmission seems like she's coming around a little. It definitely feels like it's got a bit of a mist or something there. I wonder if the injectors are dirty or who knows what the issue is. She's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. This guy's wearing boots in the summertime. What kind of dog does that? Well, I think we'll just cruise on home and do a little close out there, you know what I mean?
You don't want to do the closeout right now?
I need to gather my thoughts. I was expecting it to run better.
Thoughts with DD Speed Shop.
It runs bad. Seems like it's got a bit of a miss. I mean, I did 0 to it. It could have some vacuum leaks or it was wet, but it didn't overheat. Much as this. And there's no rad cap on it. So that's always something. Yeah. We'll have to kind of give it a once over and see exactly what the dealio is with that, but I mean, it's enough that we can kind of carry on to the next step and decide what we want to do. And honestly, I can get a bunch of opinions from people on the internet because they know everything. And now that it runs maybe well enough, we could actually hook the scanner back up to it and see if it is throwing a legitimate code or not. Yeah. I don't really know what to say here. In the next video, we're going to start taking all apart, pull the motor trans out, change the transmission, get that all kind of dialed, and then we start putting it together and we'll start working on that turbo kit, and hopefully that'll go swimmingly. And yeah, put it all together. I mean, there's going to be a lot of screwing around there, and with us traveling and stuff, who knows when it'll happen or when we'll get done. It'd be nice to get it kind of out on the road before snow, which is unfortunately, it's coming. It's coming. Anyways, so we'll get that taken care of. It'll look cool. And if it all goes to hell, we can always just swap the motor or do whatever we have to do or figure out what the problem is. We always seem to figure it out at some point. But that's it for now. Hopefully you guys are still liking. This thing is one rotten banana. It's a marketplace find. So we'll clean up the garage a little bit. We're going to do the motor pull. We got to push the hoist and all that stuff over. So we'll probably take care of that on some sort of live stream on Danielle's channel. So that's what she enjoys doing. Thanks so much for watching. Comment below. Leave a subscribe if you don't mind. And,
Check out more Schmoo with DD Speed Shop.
I'll see you on the next one. Hopefully I'm a little bit more motivated. See you later.